I still remember that day like it was yesterday, the crisp air in the Dallas airport lounge. My son Ethan clutching his old stuffed rabbit, looking all wide-eyed and innocent in his little red polo and jeans. We were heading to Boston on Horizon Airlines flight HL456, and I'd set it up so he'd sit alone in first class, 3 rows ahead of me, just to see how the crew handled the kid without a big-shot parent hovering. But man, what happened next? It hit like a thunderclap. Brenda Mills, the lead flight attendant, towering over him with that smug look, and bam, she slaps him right across the cheek, snarling, "You don't belong here, kid, get back to coach where you fit." I froze in my seat, phone already out and recording, my blood boiling, but my face stone-cold calm. Years in business taught me that. I'm Marcus Reed, the new owner of Horizon Airlines, and I'd bought the company quietly, flying incognito to sniff out the rot, the kind of prejudice that smiles politely while kicking you down. Back when I was 18, scraping by for a college interview, a gate agent grilled me like I was a thief just because I didn't look the part. That scar never faded. And now, watching Ethan rub his stinging cheek, Teddy dangling limp, it all came rushing back, fueling this quiet rage inside me. Passengers gawked, some whispering, others pretending to scroll their phones, but a couple guys in row 2 exchanged knowing glances. They recognized me from the news, brows shooting up like, "Oh crap, this is gonna blow." Brenda strutted away, all prim uniform and zero remorse, muttering about first class not being a daycare, while Ethan shot me a teary look. I nodded subtly, whispering in my head, "Hold on, buddy, Dad's got this." Service kicked in, and her bias shone like a spotlight. Warm smiles and crystal glasses for the suits. But for Ethan, a curt juice or water, and a plastic cup plunked down. No napkin, no nothing. Meanwhile, the guy next to him gets the full sir treatment. I time-stamped it all, evidence stacking up. Then Mia Lopez, a younger attendant, slipped by with a soft "You okay, sweetie?" and a napkin, but Brenda's glare shut her down fast. Poor Mia, jaw tight, knowing the crew's unspoken code protected the bullies. Turns out, this wasn't random. Brenda had eyed Ethan in the lounge earlier, judging his thrift store vibe against the designer crowd, her lips curling like she'd smelled something. Soured hats. When I knew her snap, judgment ran deep, rooted in some twisted sense of cabin hierarchy, probably from years of unchecked power plays in the company. And get this, across the aisle, a guy in a gray hoodie, Alex Turner, I later learned snaps his own photo, face blank, but eyes sharp. He wasn't just any passenger. No, he was an ex-IT guy Horizon fired for refusing to bury complaints, nursing a grudge against the old guard like Victor Hale, the VP who'd shielded folks like Brenda for decades. Mid-flight, I texted my assistant, "Pull Brenda's file, crew manifests, past gripes discreetly." But Victor, holed up in his office, intercepts it through a loyal tech, murmuring, "Reed's on board," targeting Brenda, and shoots her a covert message, "Stay cool, deny everything, I'll bury this." Brenda straightens, smirking now, thinking her union armor's invincible, while Mia pieces it together from the manifest. Reed, the new boss, and shoots me a glance, her watchfulness turning to quiet alliance. The cabin buzzed with tension, whispers spreading, and when Alex posts that slap pic anonymously, it goes viral. Mid-outrage exploding on social feeds below, passengers sneaking peeks at their phones, stealing looks at Ethan, then Brenda, the air thick like a storm about to break. We land in Boston, and boom, there's my ops director at the gate with security and HR, all crisp and ready. As we deplane, she greets me loud, "Mr. Reed, welcome," and heads swivel. Brenda pales, piecing it. "The kid's his son, the owner's here." She stammers, "Hope your flight was pleasant, sir," but I lock eyes. "We'll chat about that soon." Cool as ice, while Ethan sticks close, rabbit tucked under his arm. In the gateside room, videos play the slap from my angle, Alex's clearer one, no denying that cold sneer. Brenda spins, "Safety issue, turbulency was in the aisle," but Mia steps up. "No turbulence, ma'am, it was deliberate, unprofessional." Then Alex drops a folder, 5 years of buried complaints, all stamped by Victor's office. But wait, it deepens. Another attendant, old-timer George, spills about an unofficial manual circulating among seniors, teaching how to weed out misfits in first class without saying it outright. pushed by Victor to keep the premium vibe exclusive, all tied to ego, power grabs, and that fear of change after my buyout. My audit folder hits the table. Patterns of ignored bias. Victor's signature everywhere. This wasn't one bad apple. It was the whole orchard rotten from protecting the elite cruise club. Next morning, media frenzy. Slap looped on TV. Headlines screaming, airline air assaulted. Social split fire her. Versus. Setup. Victor leaks spin. Reed's purging loyalists. Incidents a ploy. But Alex's grudge fueled the viral spark, exposing the cover-ups he hated. I don't fight in the press. Instead, at HQ's conference, I unveil the Horizon Protocol. Bias training, transparent complaints, independent oversight inviting rivals to join, because respect shouldn't be optional. And the twist? Brenda's not fired. She does the program twice, then teaches it. Her story, a raw warning. Face flushed with reluctant humility as cameras roll. Reporters buzz. Reform from scandal? A year on, at the Aviation Expo, Ethan taller now, rabbit in his bag speaks. One slap made me feel tiny, but Dad's stand showed how action ripples out. Back on a flight, Mia's lead now, kneeling to welcome a solo kid with warmth, no judgments, just open arms. As we taxi, Ethan whispers, she's gonna be fine. And I nod, yeah, and so's this airline. But here's where it gets sticky. Was keeping Brenda the right call? Turning her into a teacher instead of canning her? Does real change come from forgiveness or firings? Or was this just smart PR, letting her off easy while the system shifts? What do you think? Should bias like that get a second chance, or zero tolerance all the way? Drop your take in the comments. Hit like if this story got you thinking, and subscribe for more real-life twists that challenge the status quo. Let's discuss justice up in the air.